Hello, valued viewers. I got something here you might actually find very interesting. I was producing a video the other day. I made a short on this very image about Mars. It was just another day on Mars. I highlighted this outcrop here because it stood out. It was a different type. But as I was editing it, I noticed something very odd in this image. Now take a look for yourself. Let's look around and see what we see. I'll zoom in for you here. You got some, basic outcroppings on Mars. That's kind of interesting. A hole in the side of that rock, it looks like. I scrolled across and I noticed something that looked odd. Right here. What is that? Could it be FOD? Or a foreign object? Let me zoom in a little closer. That is very interesting. I've never seen an object from debris from one of our landers or something like that that looks like that. And it's on the side of this rock. Let me zoom in a little more for you. And now it's starting to take shape. It looks like there's something attached to the side of this rock. Appears to have two appendages, I'll call them, with green tips. Let me zoom out a little bit more to give you some perspective. It does not look like an artifact of video processing or noise, because it's not really pixelated that way. It does appear, if you look closely, to show the light is coming from above, as you can see from the shadows here. And you can see the top of this object is illuminated. It's brighter. You can see that. You can see maybe a little shade here under this green, I'll call it cap. So it appears if the object is a real object, it is not an artifact of the image or image processing. Another interesting thing is this particular color is this red and this green. I've seen parachute rope and cloth and plastic and other things. Have not seen that particular shade of color there, especially that close to one another. And why would it be sitting on the side of a rock that's got a pretty vertical face? It would be hard for something just to land there and stick. Pretty interesting. So let me zoom in a little bit more. So what could this thing be? We look at it. It appears to have, I'm going to call them stems and tops, or caps that are green, like chlorophyll in leaves. Are you catching where I'm going here? So let's just do a little thought experiment. What if there is a object on Mars, a thing, that has found a way to survive by embedding itself in rocks, and this looks like there's a hole in this rock. So this, I'll call it life form, can detect when the sun is there and conditions are good, radiation is low, temperature is correct. It comes out and collects energy via these, we'll call them leaves for argument's sake. When conditions are bad, it gets too cold, it then retracts back into the side of the rock. Now, interesting to note, the rover has not been over here. There's no tracks. It really couldn't get there. It's way too rocky. So I did a little artist rendition of what this thing could look like. Let's take a look at that now. Now, I'm no artist, but I basically traced around the outline of this object, filled in some of the detail that I thought I saw, and this is what I came up with. It looks like something with stems, a green top, kind of almost like a mushroom, that could be collecting energy from the sun. Is that what it is? I don't know. This isn't a clickbait video that says, hey, look, I found life on Mars. I found a real anomaly here. Normally, I'm very critical. I could recognize something as being man-made really quickly from these Martian images. It's really obvious. And I can't figure this one out. Could it be some kind of object from a spacecraft that we sent? Maybe. But I don't understand the colors. I don't understand how it's sitting on the side of this rock like that. And if you were going to be a life form that could survive on Mars, this could be one way it could happen, because if you were able to detect radiation, go to a safe place inside of a rock when you needed to, and then come out and collect energy when it was a good time, that is one way it could work. There is moisture in the air, very thin atmosphere, but there is possibility that some life form has found a way to survive. Let me know in the comments. Tell me what you think. It's interesting if nothing else, but it's very interesting if you think it could be life. Let me know. Thanks for watching.